Hi everyone, I'm Sachin. I'm right now working as a product manager for the new reporting platform for LeadSquared, which is SIERA. I have a overall 3 years of experience working specifically on BI tools and reporting solutions, and I also have a background in UX design. We'll start the webinar. I'll start sharing my screen. Please let me know once it's visible. I hope my screen is visible. Yeah. So this is Ciara's listing page. You can navigate to this page by clicking on the reports home button from the reports tab from your home page. Once you are on the home page, you will land on the listing page. There are several pages here. First is the pin report section. Pin report section has displays all of your reports which have been pinned by you or for you by your account owners. And then we have the all report section. All report section lists down all of your reports you have the access to. And then we have the scheduled reports. Scheduled reports provides a list of all your reports you have created a schedule for, which are either active or inactive. Next, we have the text category. Tags are nothing but just simple folders you can assign your reports to categorize your reports. Now, for this demo, we have a use case where we'll be creating a report which will have the data for leads and revenue, and that report will show us how many leads are there in my system and what revenue is being generated from them. So for that, I'll click on the create report button, which will redirect me to the report builder. This feature access is only accessible to the admins. So if you want to access the report builder in Chara, you need to be a admin user. Once I click on this button, I can select any data source of my choice. For this demo, I'm selecting leads. I'll go to leads, then I'll be redirected to the report builder UI. Now you see multiple functions here. Uh, First is a data section. Data section is nothing. I can define what rows, columns, values, and data source my report would be of. So here, first I'll select the data source of my report, which is leads plus revenue. So by default, leads is there. I'll click on the edit data source button, and then I'll join leads with my revenue activity. I'll select revenue activity here, and then I'll select the joining key for the report. So under leads, prospect ID is my joining key. For revenue, related prospect ID would be my joining key. So I click here, click on the save button. So yeah, my data source is now leads plus revenue, which means I can access the data source for both leads and revenue in my report. So now I'll be creating some measures using the custom expression builder. For that, I'll click on the add button next to values. On this panel, I'll click on the bottom plus custom value button. Once I click on it, I'll see the custom expression builder where I can define the name of my expression and then write the logic of that expression. So my very first expression here would be count of leads, which I'll name it as hash leads. Now I'll write the logic for the same, which is count distinct of prospect ID. Prospect ID is nothing but lead ID, which I'll be using here. If you have any doubts creating any custom expression, we have the help documentation provided via the link here. You can click on it and redirect to the help docs we have for expression builder. So now I have written the expression for count of leads. I'll click on save expression button, and the expression is added under my value section. Since I do not need the count of lead number value here, I'll simply remove it. Click on the cross button and hit preview. So now you see in the report, I have my count of leads against each lead owner. I'll just simply go to filters and increase the date range so that I can view more data set. Yeah. Now I have the leads, total leads of column available. I click on the plus button again to get my second column, which is sum of revenue. So I'll just name it as revenue column. And now to get the revenue, total revenue in the report, I'll be using the sum function. which is sum, and the field name. The field name is stored as order value. So I'll just search for order value under here, and from the pop-up I'll select the order value field under activity, which is a number type field. I'll select this, save expression, click on preview. Now I have the revenue stored as number against each lead owner. To change this formatter from number to currency, I'll simply click on the edit button from here. Once I click on the edit, I'll be redirected to the edit field section, where I can also edit my expression and edit the formatter. For revenue field, I'll change the formatter type from number to currency, and I can also provide the type of decimal, separators, and the symbol here. I click on save changes, click preview, and now my column will appear as currency field. The third column I'll be adding here is revenue per lead. So this would be revenue per lead. The expression for that would be sum of my total revenue divided by count of leads, which would be sum of order value divided by count of total leads, which is count distinct prospect ID. Yeah, I'll click on save, click on preview. The column gets added here in my table. I'll also format this to currency, since this is also a current revenue column. Click on save, preview. Yeah, the changes are done. So now you see for this owner, I had the total revenue as 225 rupees divided by 29 users, which 29 leads, which comes out as 7.77. Now I'll see what are the leads where I do not have any revenue from. So I'll again create one expression, which I'll have the column as count of leads without revenue. Yeah. So for this, I'll write the expression as count distinctive. I need to count my prospect ID, which is lead ID. I'll select prospect ID from here, comma. Now my condition here would be my order value should be 0, which gives me the count of leads where revenue is not present. So I'll save this, click on preview. This gives me the count. So against this owner, I had total 29 leads, but my revenue is being generated from 4 leads, which is 29 minus 25. So yeah, via this report, I can simply get the insights of how many leads are there in my system and what is the revenue generated from each one of them. Now I'll simply save this report by giving it as a name, revenue report, and also provide a description. I'll click on the save button. I can from here I can select what tags I need this report to be assigned with. I'll select sales and revenue from here. I'll select what profiles I need this report to be added to share this report with other users. And I can also enable the hierarchy for this report if it is by default enabled in my system. Now I click on save. I'll be redirect to the my main report. I can change the pagination and see what multiple rows are there. Now in my report, there are multiple other functionalities which were not present in the report builder. For example, if you had a report and you wanted to make some changes, some minor changes in the report, but you don't have the edit access or you don't want to edit the report entirely, you can simply change any filter value or any data value. For example, here I'll do it from last 730 days to this year, and then click on apply. Now let's say you don't want to save this these changes as in the original report. You want to save this as a copy of one report. For that, you will click on the save as button from here. Once clicked on this button, you will be having a panel which will ask you to rename the report and the description. Once you click on the save changes button, you will be redirected to the new report which you will be creating. Additional functionalities for the report page includes the export report function. Once you click on this button, we have several options how would you like to export your report, be it as a CSV format, be it as an Excel format or a PDF format. If you want to export your uh, if you want to export your report in different formats, you or the entire report, you can click on the click export as entire report, and then select the type of export you want, click on export, and your export will start. Once export is done, you would be able to download the exported file from here, and you would also receive an email regarding the same. One more additional functionality which the report page has is the schedule report option. Once clicked on this option, you can actually schedule the reports via emails. The receivers, you yourself or the receivers will receive this email via emails in a selected format. For that, you need to define the schedule criteria, which is your start date, your schedule slot, the frequency of the schedule, and the end date of the schedule. And after you select the export type of your schedule, you can have two criteria for scheduling, which is either you want to schedule this report for yourself or you want to schedule this report for others. Once the criteria is defined, you can click on the schedule report button and your report would be scheduled for according to the configuration you have set. Now I'll take a pause here and ask for and let me know if you guys have any questions around the reports or the use case we just showed you to. I guess not. Now let me hand over this to Mayu. Mayu will be taking care of the next use cases we'll be demoing today. Mayu, over to you.
Sure. Thank you, Sachin. Um, so hello everyone. This is Mayur. I work as a PM in our reporting arm, as you have seen, SIERA, which is an analytics platform we have come up as an offering for our LSQ customers. So without much of a delay, I'll be sharing my screen so I can just give you the glimpse of the two reporting options which we have. One is the summary report and other is a list report. The summary report, as we have seen the demo given by Sachin, how we can create values, we can write custom expressions using the data and all. But it is not most of the times our non-analytical users look for certain aggregated values or much complex things. Most of the time, what we have heard is they want a clear linear view of a table, which is there in the data source. So one of the use case which we have come up is lead follow-up tracker. So if you have seen the calls, the calling sales users, so they basically have a tracker where there is a list of prospect IDs, a name, phone number, the lead score, lead origin, and etc. Other things mentioned in front of them, and which they basically is used by them for day-to-day follow-up things. Um yeah, I would like to mention this one thing that this forum is actually available for continuous Q&A. So we have our senior product manager Pranjal at backend who will be assisting you with your questions. So feel free to post in Q&A section uh, whichever questions you have. And if you have the Sierra enabled at your end, you can simultaneously open it in your browser and try the same step which I am trying. So we are in a sync. And if not, that's not an issue. We'll be sharing the recording as well. So yeah, you can see the report type are of two types. One is summary report and other is list report. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So just selecting list report. So as you can see, there is a pop-up. In this, there is no grouping or calculated columns. And the data source which we have selected would obviously be remaining the same. So yes, I continue it. So going to the data source section first. Now I spoke about lead follow-up tracker. So I want to generate this lead follow-up tracker using two sources. One is what is there in my lead table, and other is what is there in my activities. So activities is basically uh, are there any activities posted for that lead? Who is the owner of that? So I just want to understand that what what is being done at the lead level for that particular activity. So I'll just select the joining criteria for both the tables. So if you just go to the column section, now we have selected lead plus activities. And in column section, um, okay, in column section, you can see there is an activity table and the columns which pop out in an activity section. Similarly, in leads, you can see there are lead related fields which are coming up. So this is what this lead table and activity table consist of. But what if I have a certain requirement where I want to generate a new column, which is not there in both of this thing. So what I can think of is, suppose a lead is in particular stage. So as you know, the lead progresses from prospect to customer, it enters into various stage. So I would like to classify lead as if it is there in a prospect stage, it could be an hot lead for me because I want to cater it. And if it is in a customer stage, then it could be cold lead because I have already converted it and I just want to do the follow-up marketing and basic sanity on it. So w- in order to cater to such use cases, we have come up with a custom column feature. So in my data source itself, you can see this edit option. We can click on the edit option and you can just go to custom columns. Now, there is an option to add a new custom column. This custom column, I would like to call it as lead status. So this custom columns work similar to what is there in Excel. It is just an if and else condition. If this is that, then we'll call it that. So uh, I'll like to be more elaborate on that. So I'll just write if. Now we'll mention if a lead stage is prospect in quotes. If lead stage is, sorry for that. If lead stage is prospect, we like to call it as what other else. It could be a cold lead for us. So we can mention something like that. So as you can see, this is the expression. I have written the syntax, and you might be worried that am I getting the double quotes right, or how do I make sure that this expression is correct or not? So when we just write any condition or when we use any of the expressions, we can see just hovering over there, we'll have an example expression over there and a and a learn more link over there, which will take us to the relevant help articles. And yeah, so I have written this expression for this custom column and I'll be saving it. Save expression, save custom column. Now you will be yeah, just a second. Yeah. So with my leads and activities data source, I have a entire different section coming up, which is custom. And in this, I have lead status. This is a new column which I have created based on my custom requirement. So firstly, let's add all the relevant fields which we think that could be there in lead follow-up tracker. So obviously the prospect ID, which is an unique ID for a leads table, we'll keep it there. Other things we would want is the first name of the lead. What is the source of the lead, from where lead have like come, then what is the lead origin, uh few basic fields like phone number, uh who is the owner, activity owner for that lead, uh what is the activity ID, suppose if any activity have been performed or not, if any activity note have been taken while the activity was performed, that would be there under notes. Other, the custom column which we have created, that is lead status, can we keep it on the third level? Okay, and we'll just select the filters over here. We will just expand our range to this quarter so we have more data, and we can just preview it. Now you can see this is a simple linear table of a lead where we have all the relevant fields like what is the prospect ID with that first name, last name, what is the lead status, what is the lead source. Since this is our test prod account, we have not registered source for most of the leads, but yeah, lead origin is there, phone number, all the relevant fields would be coming up here. So now the question coming to your mind would be, can we use this custom column only in list report? So that is not the case. The custom column could be used in summary report as well. And if I want to add this custom column even in the filter section, I can use it. So I am just navigating to filter section and I just click on plus filters and there is this custom column of lead status. Now, when I select on the lead status, I can have this additional filter as lead status. Now, I just want to focus on the cold leads or hot leads. That is upon my criteria. So, I'll since I'm as a DAE daily like call acquisition expert, so I'll be just focusing on hot leads and I'll preview according to that. So this are what all hot leads are there in my system, and this is how I'll be catering to these leads. So this is how we generate a simple list report using custom columns. I'll just name this as follow up tracker. I'll just mention it lead follow up, and I can save it. We can assign it tags and share it to profiles. We'll be coming up to profile section toward end of this session once we cover dashboard. So you can have a thorough view of how to use the profiles for both of the reports as well as dashboards. So let me just save it. So this is how uh, we can create the lead follow-up tracker. And yeah. So as seen, this is our listing page and we have generated one summary report and one list report, and we'll be opening for the Q&A towards end of the session once we cover dashboard as well. So you can see there is a report section and dashboard section as well. So let's go to dashboards. In dashboard, there is an option to create a dashboard. Now, as you are aware what a dashboard can be, it is adding widgets, tables, different type of visualization. So it is nothing but it is linked to a report, and from the report we are fetching the data. We are making it more visualized and easy to understand. So it is not very much uh, like the readability of it is not like a reports, but again, the visualization makes it more interpretive and gives us more analytical results. So we can see here there is an option to add widget. So we currently have a limit of 25 widgets, and the widgets could be added through two sources. One is the from reports, which we have in our LSQ, SIERA, or any reports which are there by default or custom which we have created, and other is the external source. So external can be any external URL which we can add. So for the sake of this use case, we'll be creating dashboard from the reports we have already in SIERA. So I'll be checking this activity report, which is activity analysis. Now, once I select the report, there is an option where I can view the report, like what is the count of activities, what are leads with activities. Now, leads with activities is what I'll be just looking at. Now, there are this different type of visualization under it. So you can see there is column, there is table, there is bar chart, there is area, line chart, pie chart, donut, and KPI. I'll just select KPI. I'll tell you why I have selected that. And basically, leads with activity would be nothing but engaged leads, I'd like to call it. So basically, these leads are being catered. So I'll just preview it. This is how the KPI looks. So I just want a single tile in my dashboard. So I'll just add this widget over here and it is available. Let me try adding some different visualization. So I'll select activity analysis report again. With activity type. Yes. Now this is count of activity with respect to users, but now I want to have a single table in my dashboard section. So this is the activity created by the user and the count of activities for that particular user. Now I just want to have this table into my dashboard. So I'll just rename this. This is activity analysis by users. I'll just add this and let me have a different visualization as well. So what is my lead distribution, lead conversion by source? So this is another report. So for the sake of time as well as our use case, I'll just create only 3 widgets, but we can create up to 25 widgets. That is how in depth we can go with dashboard creation part and how detailed we can make the dashboard. So as you can see, this report has lead source and what is the count of leads which we have got from those source. So I'll try to make this more interactive in form of donut chart. I can add the category name as well. The data label icon is there. I would like to show percentages as well. So what percentages of leads are coming from that particular section. So this is count of leads. This is against count of leads. So I'll just rename this lead. This would be like count of leads by sources. We can just preview it and we can save it. So this is how we create dashboards. Let this widget load. Till then, I can just rename this as lead activity dashboard. Yes. And we have an option to add a filter over here. From here, since we have selected lead, so we like to add lead created on filter. I'll tell you there are different type of filter, which is like date type filter, string type filter, drop down filter, user filter. So I'll just show you how we can add a date time filter. So this is on engage leads and lead by sources. So there is lead created on filter available over here. But for the other two widget, you can see there is activity created on filter. So we'll need to add a different filter for that. So we'll just add this lead created on filter for this particular widget. Let's add it over here. We can select the range which we want to apply this filter and we can apply it. So this is how we add a filter to a particular widget. And then we can save this. Again, there is assigning criteria and profile sharing criteria over here. So this is how this is how I have saved the dashboard and it appears in my listing page as well. Now, in a left part of a listing page, you can see there is a view profile as there is MySpace. And towards this, you have reports and dashboards which are coming up. Now, I'll just take you through profile section. Now, these are certain dummy profiles which we have created. I'll just go to new profile so you get a very basic to high level overview of how we can build up the profiles over here. Coming to new profile section. Now the left part is where do we enter the sharing criteria for profile, and the right part, which is second, is our report and dashboard which we want to share with that particular profile. So you can see the profile will be shared to, we have 3 options. One is specific teams, roles, groups or user, everyone and none. So I want to share it with specific teams, roles or user. So we have a multiple or condition for all of this where we can select which teams or roles we want to share with, or the combination of all 4 of them. So I'll just want to share with sales user, which is with my sales team, and the roles could be like I want to share it with marketing user, share, and I just want to share the dashboard which I have recently created, which is lead activity dashboard. I can just name it as sales profile in a yes, and then I can just apply and save it. So this is how we can share this reports as well as dashboard through this profile section. This I would like to show you a full-fledged dashboard since we are running on time. This is one dashboard which we had created for our ad performance based on different charts. As you can see, there are different KPI tiles. There is a column chart, there is a line chart, there is a donut chart and tables. So this is how we can create a in-depth interactive dashboard using SIERA. So I believe we have covered summary report, list report, dashboards, and we have like you might have a couple of questions. So let's open the forum for questions. And yeah, okay. Dashboard gets real-time update. Uh, yes, dashboards have close to real-time update based on like what data we have, like the data sync in this could be like we have a SLA of 30 minutes for a data sync, but it is close to 5 to 10 minutes of update which we have currently. Sure. I'll just take this up. So one of the question which we have received is how to add a external link in dashboard. I'll just share my screen once again and uh, show you that how we can add a external widget. So this is again, I have gone to create new dashboard. I'll be adding a new widget that to now this is from an external source. So this could be my external widget. I'll just rename it and I can just paste the link over here and preview it. So this is how we can add an external widget in dashboard section. I think let's keep it more interactive and you can post your questions in the group in Q&A section.
Hi everyone. We'll quickly answer the open Q&A questions here. Uh, the first question is, how is the external source that we can add? That Mayur just gave you a demo. When you're selecting the widget type, you can select as external source and provide the URL there. How to access activity fields in the report? So you can select activity fields by selecting the activity data source in the report. Once the data source is selected, whatever, either all activities or your custom activity, once that is done, the activity fields would be available in the report. How many data charts can I add in a single dashboard? So you can add up to 25 widgets in your dashboard. Those 25 widgets can have different visualization, be it KPI, different type of charts, or a table. Can Google Analytics be an external source that can be added in dashboard? Yes, if you have the URL and have the keys, that can also be added. When we can have the recording so that we can implement it? You will be having the recording just after this session. The recording will be sent to you. Yeah, the recording session will be sent to you for this. So we have a question. Can you please show us once how we can have the lead plus activity in widget? So for this, the reports which we created using leads and activity, for this, I created a report having leads and revenue data source. Once you save the report, you can select that report as a widget while creating, while selecting your widget reports in the dashboard. By default, activity fields are not available. We need to ask to add activity. So Ganesh, by default, custom activity fields are not available. You would need to onboard the data source. You can reach out to your account manager and they would help you to enable those. uh, okay, Ashish, I'll answer your query. I'll simply share my screen and show you how to add that widget, uh, how to add a report as a widget in the report. Hope my screen is visible to you.
Yes.
Uh, yeah. So I have this revenue report which I just created. This has leads plus activity data. I'll go back to the listing page, click on the dashboards tab, go to pin reports and click on create dashboard button. Once on the dashboard builder page, I'll click on the add widget button and select create widget from report. From here, I'll simply search for the revenue report I just created, which is this one. I'll select this and click on next. And then I have the widget based on my report I just selected, which is leads plus activities. I can change the different visualization I want. Let's say I want a table only here. I'll select the table option and select these options as well. Click on preview and my table would be added as a widget here. Hope that answers your query. Do we have more questions?
I think there are no further questions. Okay. Thank you so much, Sachin. Thank you, Mayur. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you in yet another LeadSquared session soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.